Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with solid bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. We're here on our third best of three of the day. It is going to be 5Power against BTR. And there was some technical issues, but don't worry, guys. We're here in the matchup, and we can finally cast as well as witness it. We're going to see some early engagements going on here from BTR. It is going to be impression hitting the floor, and now as we do see the long pushes coming in, Siaso not in the best position right now. He does need the backup of his own teammates, but still finds the one kill. He eats another one from Bottle. That's going to be around here from 5Power. A good way to start things off here on Dust 2's CT side. Now, in terms of map pool, I do believe that the team that has decided to go for this map pick is, in fact, going to be the side of 5Power. So this is 5Power's map pick, and we can see they do have the early start, which isn't too bad. 1-0, not too bad. Still early days here, of course, on the CT side of Dust 2. But for now, 5Power should be able to secure this upcoming round. Deagle's coming into play. Now, that's a funky nickname. We have WTF STFU. What is that? I know it's Faced nicknames, guys, but come on. I'd like to see some more professional nicknames out of you folks. Not sure if I agree with that nickname. Like, look for BTR. They're pretty much all the players with proper names, though I can't really tell which one of them is Fates. But we'll see how it goes. It is going to be Bottle picking up the first kill. Impression with the Deagle. He's going to town. This means that BTR, they have themselves the bomb so they can very easily plant it. But can they hold this one off? That's the biggest problem right now. And 3-on-3 post-plant like this, 5Power have all three CTs coming in through for ramp. Can they secure the kill? They dare not do it. They finally do so. But still a 2-on-2. Quite doable here for the two remaining players here. Caddy with the Deagle of his almost lands the head. And he actually gets it. Now it's all up to one more player here from the CT side. He goes down. And that's going to be BTR picking up the first pistol round. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Great stuff coming in here from the terrorist side. A simple push there on the A bomb side through short was so effective. They take down every single player with the Deagle. And even though in this matchup, I do believe it is... who are the favorites coming into this one? It looks like it's kind of edging out the 5Power squad, but I must say though, BTR, if this is in fact the same lineup that has Fates and the other individuals in it, then this is definitely a formidable team. Though because of the Faced nicknames, it is quite hard to tell if these are truly those players that you can see on HLTV. For now, this is quite a slow round here from BTR, not really committing to one of the bomb sites pushes. In fact, they're waiting for the aggression. Sauso picks up the first one, the second one as well. This is good. Now he's even got an AK-47 to work with. That is a proper rifle, but I think he's going to get banged out through the doors. And this is going to be a, by the looks of things, an A-side hit for him from BTR. They have themselves the bomb site. Not necessarily the bomb on the site. Oh, Dreer, that's some game sense. He anticipates one of the players to come in through long, and he's very right. There is one of the players there. It is going to be shot up high. Oh, he's up close to the ramp. Where is the other player looking towards? Impression should secure the last kill, or it is going to be ADR. Second round here for BTR. As Impression racking up some of that ADR. And I'm out. I'm out of rhymes. I tried, though. It's not enough. Now, 5-Power, for them, they're gonna have to try their hardest in the next round. This one is gonna be a simple eco, so... Oh, some miscommunication coming in from the 5-Power side. But yeah, this is gonna be a pretty easy round here for BTR, at least that's what I like to think of. We have 4 rifles, 1 Mag-10 in the hands of Jerome69. What is this nickname? Ah, gee, let's go. 5-Power. Pretty much stacking the bombs right now. Can't really blame them. But as the BTR players are about to enter the site, this could be massive stuff here. The USPs are able to find a couple kills, but at this point, BTR will just clean up the necessities. Make sure there aren't any enemies on the extremities. And this is where we need to do the proper purchase. 5-Power. Investing in the rifles, we do have... no EWP, only the rifles here. A couple of AUGs, 2 M4s. Not a lot of utility, though. That's one of the dissatisfying factors here for the 5-Power investment. Barely any utilities to work with, so they must try to give it their best shot with some of these rifles to find the engagements. Which, if this is going to be one of those, you know, faster style of rounds, I mean, there's still a possibility that these rifles can succeed against some of these BTR players. But thus far, I'm really enjoying the approach. It is slow and methodical. But a whole minute and 10 seconds remaining. We can see that the 5-Power players are being very safe in their approach right about now. I see one of the players, he was peeking towards middle right now, but he has backed away. He's anticipating the push to happen through middle. But that's not necessarily the case. BTR have got so much time to work with. Something tells me that the player who is rapping away from tunnels towards his teammate in long, I do think this is going to be an ace split, the way things are going right now. Four players in short. Interesting positioning here for the 5-Power squad. AR throwing down the smoke. This is going to land for a CT spawn, I believe. And with 25 seconds remaining, the push must take place. It is going to be BTR entering the bomb site. As all 4 players are here, the 5th one probably going to be watching the flank from short. But one of the players jumps down in CT. That's going to be Dreer to pick up the kill. Sauce. Not in the best position right now, but he can still try to get something done. He will be found out. And the remaining players from 5-Power still try to attempt the retake. And now it's all up to Bottle Jr. He goes in, walks up the ramp, but can't find the kill. It's BTR on the 4th. It is going to be 5-Power, yeah, pretty much an eco at this point. Some of the players investing some of those upgraded pistols. The scout here for 7174. And in this case, oh, Jerome, it actually lands the wallbang there. It is going to be another scenario where I want to see BTR play this one safe. They don't necessarily have to commit to one of the bomb sites so early. With a whole minute and 30 seconds remaining, for sure they can play a bit of a more passive style of play. Sausa, though, he is going to be awarded a kill, a second kill with the CZ. The refrag is inefficient, to say the least. Where's the teamwork? BTR, where is the teamwork? That's the thing. You have so much time to work with, and already walking out middle. Clearly not the best way to approach a round like this. And most importantly, with Sauce picking up those 2 kills, we have 2 AK-47s being picked up. Still a scout in the hands of 774. 7174. My bad. And it looks like the BTR players, they've grouped up. Something tells me it is going to be a push here towards long. It's going to be 7174 opening things up here. The scout headshot is precise. He's going for more. He gets himself the second. And by this point, Jerome, yes, he finally refrags. But by this point, 35 seconds remaining. Sauce goes in for the peak. And he secures the kill. 4 rounds here for BTR. But it is 5-Power to secure their second. And that's the important bit. For those who are tuning in, hello everyone, greetings, and of course this is the map pick of 5Power. We do have a full-on best of 3 right upon you folks, but for now we're starting things off here on Dust 2. From what I can tell, the players here from 5Power have gone for a very formidable investment. The AUGs coming into play, the 2 AK-47s they've saved, and we even have one of the players here with an up. Where is he stationed at? Oh, towards long. Okay, that's a pretty good position. Though, more often than not, you will see only the one long player, so it's quite interesting that 5Power are putting a lot of emphasis on this long haul, but pretty much neglecting short entirely. Okay, now it's nice. Now we have one of the players who's rotated way back towards the A-bomb side. He's going to be taking a look towards short. He might succeed here. That's a perfect timing here. He gets the kill on Caddy. There's going to be a lot more players coming in. The nade does some damage. And Shotapai, out here in the middle of nowhere. You'd probably love to see a player to hold the pit position. I mean, it's a very powerful spot here in long. As the opening pick goes in favor of 5Power, you can see that BTR have slowed things down to a crawl almost. With 40 seconds remaining, they're going to have to hit one of these bomb sites. And the way things are going right now, it might just be this B side. 30 seconds. They're going to walk their way through the smoke. That's risky, but I think we see a capability of a boost. Will anyone expect it? Alright, it's a full-on commitment. A full-on push here, and they're being demolished. 7174 picks up the 3, and it's going to be bottled to get one more. So 5Power, they absolutely decimate that push. But the odd thing was, it looked like one of the players was thinking about going for a boost. And that is a smart idea. You go for the boost over the smoke, you might just be able to spot out one of the players from 5Power and even get yourself the early engagement. I think it was, though, someone made the call to say, nope, let's just go for it, I'll push it. They sure did, and it was a horrible push. They got absolutely shut down. Shotapai goes in for the peek. Good thing is happening here for 5Power, at least for Bottle Jr. Not so much for the player here in CT. Impression with the Deagle. He goes in. Oh, look at the crisp, clean shot he got there. Very precise. I mean, he even took his sweet time to actually line up the crosshair on the head to get the headshot. However, here, the Pistols, they're actually doing some damage here. This is interesting. 5Power, they're not able to win against the Pistols. Dreer picks up a second Deagle headshot, and somewhere it's a 1 versus 1. In some universes, this could be Dreer picking up the clutch, but will this be the right one? Will this be the correct Omniverse? Dreer holding the angle through ramp, hoping to see the player, and he sees it, and he capitalizes off it. He gets himself the headshot and the round for the team. BDR now in 5. And we can see that after losing a round like that, the economical situation isn't looking too bad here for 5Power. They can still make an investment, and all things considering, it is a fine-looking purchase. 3 AUGs, 1 FAMAS, and an AWP here. The problem is, though, the problems will arise once this team cannot succeed in a round like this. And if they end up losing it, then yes, then they must go for an eco. And BTR by that point might extend their scoreline to something like 7 rounds of terrorists out of this too. Arguably, I think it is safe to say that a map like this too, it is kind of 50-50. You know, 7-8 scorelines, 9-6 scorelines, they're very common on a map like this. But what I have been able to spot out here from Asian Counter-Strike is that primarily it is the CT side that is able to acquire the most amount of rounds. The majority of the rounds, if I'd like to say so. And so I wonder if 5Power can still bounce back here on this too. And I think the short answer is yes, they can definitely do so. And I don't know what to say, folks. Looks like we are jumping into a quick pause. I think maybe the server has gone for the restart, but I hope once Dust 2 reloads back, I hope it is going to be the matchup here, so bear with me, folks. It is, in fact, the same matchup. Not sure what that was all about, but Sousa picks up the 2 kills. There's going to be BTR now, able to find some good frags. And by that point, Caddy goes with a wild spray with the Krieg. But by this point, we're down to a 1 versus 1 where either shot by one of the pistols is going to be deadly. And that's going to be Sousa to get 4, and 5Power with a 4. Not bad, not bad, not bad. All things considering, that was a pretty good hold there for the 5Power players. I think they were able to take down 2 players entering the site. But afterwards, we just saw a flurry of frags working out there for BTR. They picked up 3, I like to say. And yes, looks like this match is going to be relatively close between the 2 teams. And this is odd. We can see that Caddy, Impression, Jerome, and ADR have went for the Force Spy, correct? Yes, they have invested here. Deagle's into play, Armor as well, a Force Spy. But then you have Dreer, who's still $2,000 in his pocket. You could have very easily dropped one of the players up, maybe even a Mac 10. Or even a Galil, that's also a possibility. So this is quite odd how BTR are approaching this Force Spy. Gradient short. Won't do a single point of damage. Ineffective, to say the least. But this one might be a bit more effective here. Sousa deploys his. Does some good damage here on Jerome. You can see that 5Power in this position. They can just hold their angles. That's the thing. With 50 seconds remaining, that is still plenty of time for BTR to make mistakes. And they're going to have to make a commitment on one of these bomb sites. Now, 5Power, they have deployed their very last smoke grenade on the right bomb site, the B site. Now, obviously, if you're BTR, you can try to push on through the smoke, but it would be wise to wait for the smoke to fade and then make the commitment. The interesting thing is right now that BTR, they're all going to come in through the tunnel. And this is where the 2 remaining 5Power players on this B side are hyper-focused on. They can't get through. They can't even reach the stairs. Not to mention find a single frag. So ADR with the Deagle. He's moving in. Can he find a headshot? He finds a shot. And the second one as well, but not the kill. 5-5 is the score, and we can see that things have been equalized here on the first half of Dust 2. And it might just be a team like 5Power to have the lead, because BTR, for them, it is a simple eco. Some Glocks. A Deagle in the hands of Freezer. And that's about it. So overall, this should be quite an easy round for 5Power to pick up. They have the superior weaponry, Kevlar, utility. Everything is going their favor. And now we do see the push happening here. Sousa taking his sweet time, actually lining up the flash though, which is quite interesting. And now as the push is taking place here, they want to try to make it clean here, 5Power, but it's anything but that. 2 players go down. Yeah, Sousa on a very low HP, and I'm not sure why we've gone to third-person mode all of a sudden. No need to be that cinematic on an eco round, I'd like to say. Man, GoTV has been funky this day. First we saw it disconnecting instantaneously and then reconnecting. And now we steadily switch to third-person view. And one of the players has disconnected from 5Power. Ooh, that's a bit problematic. Clearly not a tactical timeout by this point. The Force Spy from... Well, actually not necessarily even a Force Spy, just a full-on commitment will be happening here from BTR, as they will make the decent purchase. But with the player being out of the equation here for 5Power, this is a good opportunity as any for BTR to have the discussion. Obviously, technically speaking, in the realms of LAN Counter-Strike, once there is a technical timeout, you can't really talk with your teammates. But because this is online Counter-Strike, I mean, yeah, BTR can very easily abuse this one. They can discuss what's our approach for the upcoming rounds. This is good stuff for BTR in that regard. Will they actually use it for discussion, or will it be just, a brief pause, like maybe someone going to the toilet, maybe someone going for a smoke break? One way or the other, the timeout or even the pause is never satisfying to watch. It is going to be one way to slow down the momentum here for 5Power, which they probably could have built up if they, say, won this round as well, which by this point speaking, is still a possibility. So I would say the pause should be lifted by this point because Bottle is back. And there we go. We can finally continue on with our matchup here, and we will see a commitment here towards long. BTR able to acquire it very quickly. The problem is right now for a player like Shadapai, he's in a position where his teammate WTF is going to have to back him up. Good shot coming in from him. And the BTR players, they're not really committing to the long take, and this is the problem. This is where they could get shut down. What is ADR doing? That is quite confusing. No, this is not a good round here for BTR in any sense of the word. Impression should be able to plant the bomb. But if he does, I mean, this is still a pretty much impossible round to win, so he tries to go for the fight, and it's not going to work out. 7 rounds here for 5Power as BTR are back on the eco. BTR, flash is ringing in. That's going to be Caddy, the first man in position. But here, 5Power, they're able to do a fine job at actually stalling this push for as long as possible. In fact, once it does come through, the players will get eliminated. Bottle Jr., good shots coming in from him. And ADR King is on the opposite side of the map. Not sure what he's looking for. Maybe he's been sent out to pick up some groceries. And he's landed in the wrong shop. And he will be punished for it. 8 rounds here for 5Power. 2 more rounds to be played out here in the first half. And from what I can tell, it looks like 5Power might just be able to close it out with even double digits. That means 5Power could actually even have a 10-5 scoreline, which if that is the case, I mean, they clearly came prepared here on a map like this too. We're just going to have to wait and see if that will be the case. BTR. Again, splitting around the entirety of the map, we can see a couple players heading over towards the tunnels area, a couple towards top mid, one towards long, and Jerome will open things up. Did he get that kill through the smoke? I'm not really sure, as did happen from the POV of WTF. A minute and 20 seconds to work with here for the T side. That is a lot of time. That is a lot of time for the T's to really decide where they want to commit. And that's the thing, they can even try to attempt some of the map presence here. That may not be necessary though, as Jerome picks up a second player in the middle. BTR might have to begin to realize that the middle part of the map is going to be very shoddily defended, or not defended at all. That's the avenue of attack they can exploit at this point. But that's not really the case. They've grouped up here in short. They've clumped up, to be exact. And something tells me it is just going to be a commitment here on this bomb site. South Sea with a pretty good angle here to at least find the first one. He gets a solid nade there in Caddy. And the push, it has to come through here, BTR. There's no other way of putting it. 35 seconds remaining. They've used a lot of utility. But this is all but an elaborate ruse. They're not really going for a side hit. No, this is the B side they're wondering about. The problem is, though, as they are entering the B side, they're still gonna have to clear out tunnels, and that's the biggest problem. As Bottle Jr. picks up a kill, Sousy here from CT spawn, and the round is falling apart here for ADR. He knows there's a guy in tunnels. He knows there are players in middle. And he simply can't win the round. That's gonna be a round for 5Power, if anything. 9 rounds for them. And BTR, this upcoming round is going to be obviously a purchase, but it's going to be a horrible purchase to say the least. Some of the players can get the AK-47s, but carrying impression either an SMG or a Galil at this point, depending on which one they prefer. Oh, or that. Peeking on in. Spots at the players in Suicide, 3 of them to be exact. It is going to be Bottle Jr. winning the first gun right here. Great early start here for 5Power. Can't really say the same for BTR though. It is going to be just a couple more players here from the BTR side remaining. And a straight up commitment towards middle. That is quite an interesting choice to go about it. This is very early stuff here, and they still can get punished. Look at the utility here for 5Power. They got loads of it. Oh boy, the auto sniper. There we go. That's one way to close out the round. Well, they're still very close to getting it done here, but I think it's about to happen unless this works out here for BTR, the 2 versus 5. Hardly though. You have 7174 with an auto sniper. They actually pick it up. Interesting. Can you actually press E on the bomb and pick it up from a distance? Never thought about it. 774 picks up the kill, and now it's all up to impression. And if anything, he's made a bad impression thus far. Baiting his own teammates, leaving him by himself on the 1 versus 5. And the auto sniper will get it done. 10 rounds here for 5Power, only 5 here for BTR. But it's still quite a doable scoreline for both of these teams, all things considering. Now, we have seen a splendid half here from the 5Power guys on the CT side, for sure. But now we're going to change things up. Now we're going to be here seeing BTR played out on the CT side and 5Power on the T side. So we'll see if that's going to be in any way a possibility to change things up. Looks like the 5Power players, all 4 of them, heading towards the tunnels. And in fact, heading towards the B-bombs, and already Bottle picks up the first one, the player right behind the plat. It's absolutely wrecked, and now BTR, they're in a horrible position. How on earth are they supposed to pull this one off? A 5 versus 3 retake, one of the hardest bomb sites to retake? I don't know, if I'm BTR, attempting this one is a fool's game, but one thing they can definitely try to go for is to find some of these kills. Yeah, look at this. The crossfire, perfect setup. Bottle doesn't even have to fire off a single shot. And that's going to be the round here for 5Power. They don't even lose a single player, and that's going to be 11 here for the T side. So far, so good. For them, they wanted to win the pistol round to extend their lead even further. And for 5Power, they're getting that one step closer to securing the game. Well, I say the game. The appropriate term would be to secure the first map, because this is still only best of 3. BTR, though, only the USP is a full-on eco, which has been pretty much the meta nowadays. A lot of times, when you end up losing the first pistol round, it is wise to just go for the investment of the pistol. Actually, no. Without any sort of investment whatsoever, just stick to the full eco pistols. And then have yourself a decent amount of money to pull off the M4s, the smoke grenades. That is especially important on the CT side, I'd like to say. Because the CTs need to have as much money as possible. Because their equipment, it's no secret, their equipment costs more than the Ts. Incendiary grenades are more expensive. The basic rifle is more expensive. Oh, my god. Awkward pretty fast. As I think he actually landed 3 dinks with the USP, I like to say. I think it was 3 dinks with the USP from that range. Doing about 30-ish points of damage from each bullet. Looks like the players from 5Power are going to be going for the early aggression towards long as they are able to make their way out of the doorway. Kind of win the fights against these long players who are still kind of stuck here in no man's land. Now they're peeking on through the smoke. We can see the cleans are working out here for BTR. But as they say so, 7174 picks up the 3. Or actually, no, pardon me. He picks up the 2 and he has his other teammate to get the kill with a scout. But this is interesting. There's a big flank happening right now. Will 774 anticipate? He does! Whoa, that is some sick game sense. I don't know how he anticipates a flank like that to take place. But this means that this round is very winnable for 5Power. It's a 2 versus 3 situation in which they know the positioning of impression, but I don't know why you want to take that fight if you're a 774. But alright, it's still going to be the round here for 5Power. And most importantly, with them winning this round, they have yet again reset the economy of their opponents. For BTR, it is going to be the simplest of ecos. Some upgraded pistols. And that's about it. A commitment there for impression. Actually lands 1 headshot with the CZ. But how wasn't it fatal in that distance? I think it actually landed through the box? I don't know, to be honest. Was supposed to be deadly in that position. What is deadly, though, for certain, are the bullets from the 5Power guys. They haven't been able to pick up 3 kills right now. We do have Caddy and Treezer in a position where I would definitely presume that these 2 players must attempt to find some of these kills. Because let's be real, it is a simple eco. You can still, even in an eco round like this, you can still do the damage, you can still gather some kills, you can still pick up a weapon, a scout. Not the best weapon in my opinion, but a weapon nonetheless. But threes are pretty much impossible for him to survive in that position. That is going to be right now 14 rounds for 5Power and BTR. If they want to start pulling off the comeback, they have to do it right here, right now, because as we can see, folks, the second half is coming to a close. The first map is coming to a close already, so if BTR won't get their stuff together, it might very easily be a 5Power victory here, and a pretty one-sided victory at that. Right now it is 14 rounds for 5Power and only 5 for BTR. Utility to deter any aggression from the 5Power side, at least in the long area of the map. On the other side of the map, towards tunnels, 5Power pretty much unopposed. They do have the freedom. Them being the T side, they're the ones who have to make up the ideas. Where on earth do you want to push? A flash being thrown out. That is a pretty big arch of that flash, I like to say. Arc, I think, would be the appropriate term. Probably he would have landed up a bit lower, then yeah, I think that would have been a much more effective flash in that position. But anyhow, that has deterred the player from the B side from looking over towards the middle. He's now back with his teammate here on the side itself. ADR though, Molotov being thrown out, he has to back away, but he can still hold the angle here. That's the thing. And that's the important bit. He doesn't have to jump off just yet. Now he has, as the players do begin making their way towards short. But with 40 seconds remaining, 5Power are gonna have to commit to one of these bomb sites here. Jerome lands the shot, but it's no kill just yet. 30 seconds, it almost looked like could be a lineup, but it is a round here for BTR. I'm almost certain about it. Jerome is able to land the shots, and he gets the third one as well. Great hold from the CT side. That's going to allow them to stay alive for at least one more round on the CT side of Dust 2. And as we can see, the odds, they're stacked against BTR. But in all fairness, we saw how close the early days were of this first game. So I wouldn't be too surprised if a team like BTR can definitely have a pretty good showing here on the CT side. They definitely have individuals who can frag. I think I looked up Impressions rating on HLTV. And I think he was sitting at 1.46. I'd like to say that is a ridiculous rating for any player in any region, if I'm being honest. And now, a commitment here. 774 picks up the first kill. There's going to be a lot more defined here in long if they do contest it. But we can see that after the initial pickup, BTR will put 3 players here on this A side defensive for now. They are able to find the kills. A 3 versus 3 scenario isn't too bad here for the CTs, but they are 2 of them here in long. Interesting positioning here, both of them with Yops. And we can see that Jerome and ADR are able to mow this one down. They stop the push in its tracks. As I'm quite surprised to note that both the Oppers were in long at the same time. I think one of them has to be the one holding middle, right? And he just rotated from middle towards long to help out his buddies. That seems to be the appropriate course of action. Bottle with the deagle. Oh, good pickup there for Bottle. Opening things up here for 5Power. It's still going to be quite a hard round to win unless it's going to be 7-1-7-4 racking up kills like that. So this might just be somewhat doable right now. Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad for BTR. They were looking so good 30 seconds ago, a 5 versus 5. But now it's a 4 versus 2. What are they doing? Threes are the only line of defense here on the B bomb side. Good shots coming in from him. He doesn't expect the second guy to be there. And right now, he peeks on it and he finds it. Dreezer is able to stop this round from ever going in favor of 5Power. But now he's repositioned himself. Shot up high. Sees the player there. Gets the tag and not killed. Oh, he lands the headshot. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. 2 kills here for Shot up high. And 5Power with 15 rounds. They still pull it back. Even though it's a 1 versus 2 with a player on the scout. 1 double peek and that's it, BTR. All you needed to do is go in for the double peek and that is it. Oh boy, 5Power. That is one hell of a way to win a round. Players pushing through the long part of the map. It seems to me that BTR will have a hard time on the defensive. Shot up high picks up the first. No need for the third person now. It is going to be a full-on commitment here from 5Power. They have the kills, and now they will have the bomb site if they pursue their efforts moving forward. But they have slowed down. That's the thing. They have slowed down quite a bit, with a whole minute and 25 seconds remaining. A lot of times we'll see teams fully commit to their bomb site, especially the one where they found free kills. But not 5Power. They're playing this one safe. They want to be 100% sure they can close this one out, and I do respect that. But at the same time, scattering out your players across different parts of the maps, I'm not sure if that is the right call, but it looks like it is. That's going to be a flawless round here for 5Power as they secure Dust 2 16-7. Of course, guys, we still have our second map of the best of 3, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Counter-Strike action. Stay tuned to the StarLadder channel as we want to see how the best of 3 concludes.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.